Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I am Jamie and this is Fitness Dumbed Down. Today we will be covering sleep. Okay, so this video will be covering why we sleep, how sleep can affect performance, how much sleep you need to build muscle, napping, how to get better sleep, things to avoid to get better sleep, and I'll tie everything together nicely in a bow at the end. I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you to everyone who watched my previous videos and they've given it a like, subscribed. It really means a lot to me that I can keep doing what I'm doing and know it's making a small difference. So thank you. So first section here is why do we sleep? So firstly, sleep serves many vital functions for our bodies, such as allowing your body and mind to recharge. It leaves you feeling refreshed and alert when you wake up. Healthy sleep also helps the body remain healthy and stave off diseases. And without enough sleep, your brain cannot function properly. For lifters and bodybuilders, however, the main function of sleep is growth and mental alertness. Sleep provides these effects directly, and without sufficient sleep, your time and effort in the gym can all be wasted. Healthy sleep also helps prevent muscle breakdown and promotes fat loss. Sleep also has a large impact on your testosterone levels, as a majority of daily testosterone released in men occurs during sleep. A study by Rachel Leproult, I apologise if that's not correct, examined the day-to-day testosterone levels of young men who had their sleep restricted for 1 week. The study found that there are a significant decrease by 10 to 15% in young men who underwent 1 week of sleep restriction to only 5 hours of sleep per night. We already know that testosterone is critical in male sexual behaviour, reproduction, but it also has important beneficial effects on muscle mass and strength, bone density and well-being. So given that testosterone is an anabolic hormone that plays a vital role in building muscle and losing fat, we can see how this would be a problem to have less of it. How sleep can affect your workout performance. So not only does sleep affect your body on a cellular hormonal level, but it also significantly affects your workout performance. In fact, a study conducted by Nizar Sulisi et al. Monitored the effects of time of day and partial sleep deprivation on short-term maximal performance. The study shows that when the body is deprived of sufficient sleep, it tends to give up quicker than it normally would, and normally be physically capable of pushing further than that too. You can see how this would have a negative impact on bodybuilding, as if your body quits when given stimulus, you can kiss those new 1 rep maxes goodbye, and you can also see how much of an impact sleep has on your gains that way. A similar study from Nizar in 2008 examined the effect of time of day and partial sleep deprivation on short-term high-power output, and this reduced sleeping by 4 hours per night, and it was found to have a negative impact on these factors, especially in the later in the day that they trained as well. So how much sleep should you get to support muscle growth and fat loss? When it comes to building muscle and training recovery, there are 2 main classes of hormones that you should be concerned with: anabolic hormones and catabolic hormones. Anabolic hormones are responsible for building tissue and typically have a positive effect on protein synthesis. This class includes things like testosterone, human growth hormone, and insulin-like growth factor you may know as IGF-1. On the other hand, catabolic hormones are responsible for the breakdown of tissue in the body. When it comes to bodybuilding and recovery, cortisol is a main hormone you want to keep an eye on, as it can influence the opposite effect of protein synthesis. This is termed protein breakdown. During sleep, growth hormone is produced and protein synthesis, providing there's enough protein consumed prior to sleep, will occur. Energy consumption reduction and brain cell restoration are the other 2 aspects equally important for bodybuilders. So how much sleep do you need to build muscle? Although this will vary from person to person, I'd suggest sticking with the Academy of Sleep Medicine's recommendation that suggests that you get roughly 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, with more active individuals requiring closer to the higher end or even slightly above that range. So if you haven't been sleeping enough, according to the Academy of Sleep Medicine's recommendations, you're not going to make as many gains. What about naps? Although research does suggest that daytime naps may be beneficial to increase total sleep duration during periods where inadequate sleep was unavailable, they should not be used as regular substitute for nighttime sleep, since it doesn't provide quite the same effects. The next best thing you can do, though, is to improve the quality of your sleep and decrease the amount of time it takes you to fall asleep. This is beneficial regardless of whether you sleep enough or not. And in order to do this, there are a couple of things that I suggest. This is beneficial regardless of if you get enough sleep or not. And in order to do this, there are a couple of things that research suggests will give you the best results. The first is improve your sleep hygiene. Some recommendations for this include avoiding any electronic use for 30 minutes before bed, using your bedroom strictly for sleep, and sticking to a constant sleep-wake schedule every day. For example, you wake up at 7, you go to bed at 11. This way you're always getting into that routine and sticking to that. You want to avoid caffeine within 6 hours of going to bed. You'll want to avoid ingesting caffeine shortly before bed, as the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine actually found that moderate caffeine ingestion 6 hours before sleep reduced total sleep time by 41 minutes. And moderate caffeine ingestion just 3 hours before sleep reduced total sleep time by 63 minutes. Meaning that for those of you that work out later in the evening, you probably want to avoid taking pre-workout or anything relatively high in caffeine or stimulants. But in all, the biggest takeaway from all the information is that nothing beats making sure your head is on the pillow for enough hours each night. So my last few points closing up here is undersleeping can hinder muscle growth and fat loss. You want to aim to get between 7 and 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Daytime naps may help mitigate the effects of sleep deprivation, but should not replace nighttime sleep. And improving sleep hygiene and avoiding caffeine within 6 hours before bed can improve the overall quality of sleep and the duration of sleep too. Well, thank you very much, everybody, if you've made it this far. I do really appreciate you watching. If you have made it this far, I would appreciate a like on the video, potentially subscribe if you do enjoy the content here, and I look forward to speaking to you next time. Thank you.